lane. And they'll swing it around. That is the senior Hayden Deane with a three. Hamilton with it again. Kicks it out to Drygas. Drygas inside, back to Hamilton. Over to Deane for three. And Deane! Hayden Deane matches. And Comstock wanted it. Deane is wide open from the volleyball line and drops it. And that's his third three of the night, and it's 19. They have switched numbers. Hayden Deane going for his fifth three, and he hits it. Hayden Deane with his fifth three of the night. And that, an 11-point lead. Will it be 14? Yes, it will. Three more for Hayden Deane. That's 8. Intercepted by Stevenson. Lane wants it. Hamilton step back for three. Nice pass across the court to Bonnenberg. Count it! Bonnenberg on Merritt Island Christian. The inbound, the lane is tipped away. Hahn couldn't control it. Goes back to Drygas. Hayden Deane with a nice move to the bucket. Score will officially be 49-39. A 10-point win for the Hustlers. Hey, everybody. Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network here with our Sundance Family Dentistry players of the game tonight. And I'm here with senior Hayden Deane, 24 points tonight, and sophomore, right? So unbelievable. Sophomore, Tristan Hamilton. I'm going to start with the senior first. 24 tonight, 6 from beyond the arc here. Slow starting. What gets you in a rhythm from beyond that arc? Because once you started dropping them, you didn't miss.
Well, I mean, I think I really just like to, get my teammates open, and then what happens is they end up fighting me back. And so then I know, like, once I have their confidence in me, I can get confidence in myself, and I'm shooting every time I get open. And then, if I get in a rhythm, I'm gonna find my teammates still, and because it really helps when I'm hitting threes because everyone gets open, and that's why you win.
The offense to me, and I've said this on several broadcasts, the offense to me feels like an offense where you got to make sure that the ball is passed around and you find that open guy. And a lot of the looks that you guys get are a result of outstanding ball movement. Talk to me a little bit about working on that ball movement and how that works into the Hustlers' offense.
Yeah, I mean, without ball movement, you have nothing in offense, especially if you don't have, like, any extraordinary players who can just, go to the rim whenever they want or just shoot from 20 feet or, 25 feet or whatever. And that's what we work on. We work on ball movement all the time and looking for each other because that's how our offense is run and that's how we get buckets. And, I mean, obviously, works tonight. Sometimes, a couple players have to take charge and maybe drive to the basket a little bit. But, like tonight, I mean, just all about ball movement.
Yeah, no doubt. Tristan, I want to talk to you about defense. You lead this team in rebounding, and I absolutely love how you work both sides of the floor. Talk to me about how you target those balls, what you work on. You're not the biggest guy on the floor, but you end up with the most, the most rebounds. How does that work into your game?
Rebounding is a big part. If you don't get it off on the offensive end, you always want to get on the defensive end, and you work everybody inside out, especially on offense.
How important is defense to this team? Technically speaking, I watch this team play defense. Hands are up in the passing lanes. It's technically sound. It's a young team, no doubt about that, and that experience will come. But talk to me about the importance of defense under Coach Roberts with the MCC Hustlers.
Well, in basketball, if you don't got defense, you're not winning the game. Defense is what wins games in basketball.
You get your 10th win of the year tonight to have that double-digit total this season with as young as this team is. You're a part of the future of this team. 3 freshmen started tonight for the Hustlers. That's huge moving forward for a program that is really starting to put themselves back on the map. Talk about the goals and what you believe the future of this program looks like.
I see a really bright future in us. We're a bunch of freshmen and underclassmen, but as we work the program, we should get really good.
No doubt about it. Hey, I want to talk to you. Last night was senior night. We showed the video prior to the start of the game. Congratulations. Talk about your time here. And this year, you get that 10th win. You know, winning double-digit games in any sport is always impressive. But to watch this program come back up the way it has under Coach Roberts, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, my first couple years here were rough. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I played JV my first year and then was moved up to varsity at the very end. But even both JV and varsity that year was not the best, at least not as good as we are now. And in the next year we were 3-18, and so I had to go through a lot of changes under coach. But he definitely helped me. I mean, my shot has improved so much because of him, and I think like just my IQ on the floor has really improved because of him too. And I'm really proud of where this team has come, and I'm really proud of my coach for sticking with us through it all. Because I know he's gone through some rough times, but
What do you want your teammates, this three senior class, what do you want your teammates to know? What do you want to leave behind to them?
um, I that we love the sport, and
Keep working hard.
it just keep working.
You want to come back here like you saw a fellow alum tonight come back here and watch this team continue to win, don't you?
Yes, yeah, I love that. I love that.
No doubt. Gentlemen, congratulations on a great game here tonight. And again, our Sundance Family Dentistry players of the game. I want to thank Caleb Brown. I want to thank Hayden Deane and Tristan Hamilton. I'm Alan Slaughterzinski for the Brevard Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody. Hey, everybody, Alan Slaughterzinski for the Brevard Sports Network. And the Hustlers tonight get back in the win columns. They get their 10th win of the season. I'm here with head coach Brent Roberts. And, Coach, man, and we were just talking beforehand about the youth, but there's not a whole lot of teams in this county that are starting three freshmen. This is a young team, and you have those peaks and valleys. Good to get a win this time of the year heading into the home stretch.
Yes, sir. I mean, we needed it at this time. I mean, this was probably the most important win that we've had. We've lost. We were 9-2 2 weeks ago. Lost 4, and the 4 teams that played us basically outplayed us. Played harder than we did.
Right.
We shot horrible percentage, but that's not an excuse for losing the games. We got outplayed and out hustled. And I think young youth, you get a little lethargic, and you're 9-2, and you look at other teams' records that you're playing, and you kind of get the ideas that you shouldn't get, and it just other teams have gotten better, and we kind of got stagnant for 4. So this was probably our second best effort as far as hustle and intensity, and that's what we said coming into this. I told everybody, be ready. I said, because we're going 32 minutes, some sort of press, and getting up and down. I was hoping to score at least more than 40s, because we've been having some 30s, and you can't win games.
No.
You can win the tight district tournament games by 30, or score 30, and the team scores 29. You move on, but when you can't score points, it's tough. It's tough.
Tonight, I think the thing was the resilience in that first quarter. We just talked about scoring. Hayden struggled a little bit about shooting the ball beyond the arc. What do you tell a player like a senior like Hayden, who's struggling a little bit shooting the ball to start, but then catches that fire?
I try to keep it real simple with them. I mean, in high school, I was a shooter. I was never a defensive player. And I was told when I first started playing the game, if you're a shooter, first of all, you got to shoot. But if you miss 5, your next 5 have to be a higher percentage shot. And you get those, you get 4 of those 5, and then you're 40. Then you're going. Right. So I think the important thing for guys when they're missing is that next shot's got to be a high percentage shot. And we had Justin Powell, who I'm his shooting coach. He came out here. He plays for the Cleveland Charge, okay. And he stopped by here last Tuesday and talked to the kids a little bit about what got him there, and it was all about learning how those dips and valleys of shooting, because he's a shooter. He's making 6-figure shooting threes in the NBA. So, but yeah.
But you manage that well, I noticed, as a coach over there. I see you managing the opportunities for your players on the floor. First of all, that's not easy to do. Second of all, a lot of high school coaches don't even bother with that. But I watch you do that. Take me inside of that a little bit.
Well, I think kids have got to think you remain confident in them, especially if they're shooters. You can't just they miss a few, and you don't want to discourage them from shooting. So when we want them to shoot a better percentage shot, we kind of have to put them in a position to take a better percentage shot. So we kind of mix things up. You know, I told Hayden coming in this year, I knew he could probably, if we let him get enough shots, he could probably be averaging 25 a game. But I said, we're not going to win games with one guy averaging 25 and the rest of the team, nobody even close in double digits. And I said that let's say he gets hurt or whatever, and then we got kids asking the kids to do things that they haven't done. So the big thing is trying to get everybody involved as much as we can, try to emphasize the strengths that kids have. But, you know, it's about role playing, and you never know when you're going to be called on. You got to be ready.
We're talking about shooting. I want to ask you about the defensive aspect of this real quick. The thing that impressed me about your guys tonight was I watched your guys follow their shots tonight. You don't see that a lot at this level. Following that shot, cleaning up, picking off that offensive board after a missed opportunity. How do you work on that, and how do you keep high school kids to remain consistent in following that shot?
Well, the big thing that worked tonight was threatening. So we had three offensive rebounds the last game, and it was the first game that we had gotten out-rebounded offensively. And we haven't had too many games where we got out-rebounded for total rebounds, but 3 offensive rebounds. So I kind of laid a few rules out about what would happen if we didn't have offensive rebounds. You know, as long as if you shoot 70%, I'm not going to complain about offensive rebounding. But the other night we were 2 for 26 from the twos and shot 47 from the threes and lost by 2 points. And you're not going to win games that way.
No.
So I hate to, sometimes you just have to keep it very real with them and say, you know, if you're not rebounding, you're going to come out.
What do you tell the guys here? A couple of games to go, and then the district tournament. Tough district. I look at that district tournament coming up as an opportunity for this team to continue to grow. What are you telling them?
Well, every year, you know, let's keep it as truthful as can be. Every year, it's you know, unless anything drastic happens, Holy Trinity is the top dog and they've earned it. And Coach Henderson has them ready to go. So you have to play the game of you want to be seeds 2, 3, or 6.
Right.
That gets you in an opposite bracket.
Right.
And if you're going to have to beat them, it gets you in that last game. Right. And that's not to say that the other teams aren't good enough to beat you too, but you got to play the percentages. So if you're going to try to take the top dog, you'd like to get them from that final game. Yep. And you know, 2.5 weeks ago we were kind of sitting right there at number 2, and then you know we lose a couple, and you know now we got a first round game, and we're probably going to end up playing the team that just beat us last night, Edgewood. They did a really good job against us. Didn't do anything exceptionally well, except they outplayed us. And they did what they had to do to win. Yep. You know, their coach did a really good job, and they beat us. And that's who we're going to have probably first round.
Sounds like they beat you at your own game last night, because that's normally what we see from your guys out there. And so we're going to have a lot of fun coming up here in the next couple of weeks with the district tournament starting. We wind down. We got the next 2 games right here at the Hive. Very excited about that. Final word?
Yeah, well, I know you like when we turn the lights off and have that introduction, but we didn't do it tonight because my AD was worried that we turn the lights out, I might sneak out the back door. As bad as we were playing, and some people probably would have wanted me to sneak out the back door, but we didn't do the lights tonight, and I wanted to do it. We didn't do our water bottoms. I just wanted to go as basic. I mean, they were lucky that I let them dress in the locker room.
Dress in the locker room.
Next step was the bath. Next step was let the visiting team take our nice little locker room, and then we're going to dress. You know, hell, back when I was in high school, my high school coach would. Things get so bad with us, he'd just take a nail and nail it up on the wall. And we had to hang our stuff on the nail.
I've been through some.
We had to earn a locker back again. You know, I don't think you can get away with that now.
Can't now, but I've been through those things, Coach.
The guys responded really well today, and I tell them it's a learning curve every night, and you just have to get in there and know that, you know, it's not a yo-yo in and out, but if you're not getting it done, you're going to you're going to watch a little bit, and we'll get you back in there, and then you either learn it or you don't, and if you don't, you sit a little bit longer.
No doubt, or the whole night. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Coach Brent Roberts, we'll see him twice next week. We'll see his team finish out the regular season right here at the Hive here on the Brevard Sports Network. For the victorious head coach Brent Roberts, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network.